Good morning, everyone. Today our team is going to introduce about our communication plan. Here is the introduction of our event. Let's celebrate gala event. So we would like to make use of this opportunity to commend the students of our swimming teams who has been participated and won the prizes on 18th International Novice Swimming Championships. The winners' families are also invited to enjoy the special moment together. We also want to take this opportunity to thank all the staffs and the students. It is because of their hard work and contribution that our school can have current achievements. So the LCGE event will be held on 10th November 2018. It's a Saturday from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at our school Vanda Sports Hall. All the attendees are requested to be informal and tired. The event will be conducted in the form of celebration, performance, and reward session. All the attendees will enjoy an 8-course banquet during the night. In order to make the event success, there are several communications and planning tasks to complete. We have to send an official invitation to the guest of honor, our school alumni, Joseph Holiday. In order to confirm his schedule and speech content, we also need to meet the respective teachers in charge, brief them on what is expected of their CCE members, and extend of their participations. Contact external organizations such as the vendor for the banquet, sound system, etc. We also need to communicate with the involved stakeholders at the various stages of the project. And we also consider the contingency plans for the incidents that may happen before the event and when the event is ongoing. For example, if Joseph's holiday is late for our event due to other commitments on that day, we may have to add in other mini activities to fill up the time before his arrival. And now I will hand over the time to Cassie.
Next, I'll be explaining the brainstorming process of our communication plan. So right at the start, we've identified 6 important stakeholders whom we'll be working with closely in order to ensure the success of our event. And they are the parents or guardians of our students who are on the swimming team, the rest of our students in school, the food caterer, security officers, our school leaders, as well as the teachers who will be involved in planning. So for the parents or guardians, we'll have to communicate the purpose of our event and invite them to the event. And we can do so via a text, an email, or a letter. For students, we'll communicate the event details and encourage them to attend. And we may do so via a school announcement or sending a letter to them as well. For food caterer, we will have to discuss the food menu and set up details. And some possible ways to do so will be through face-to-face small group meetings or phone calls. For security officers, we have to discuss the safety and parking issues as this event is held in school. And one of the possible ways to do so will be via face-to-face meeting. For principals and vice principals, we'll keep them updated and reassure them on the progress of the planning. And this may be done via email, face-to-face interactions, or text. Last but not least, we have to communicate with the teachers with regards to the preparation of the event. And we consider various modes of communication such as large group meetings, sending emails, sending text, or face-to-face interaction. So after brainstorming, we then selected what we feel is the most suitable and effective mode of communication with each of our stakeholders. And here are some tasks that we will be carrying out. So firstly, a WhatsApp group will be created for all teachers who are involved in planning by the end of May. This is to allow for easy and quicker communication amongst teachers. By mid-July, a face-to-face meeting with the caterer will be arranged in school. During this meeting, details will be finalized, and we may also have a site visit to show the caterer exactly where the setup area will be. By the end of August, we will then draft out an invitation letter to parents or guardians of our students on the swimming team. We will also make a school announcement to students regarding this event. This is scheduled to be during morning assembly on the last Friday of August. And next, a face-to-face meeting with our school security guard will be conducted to discuss safety and parking issues latest by mid-October. And as we continue with this planning, there will be one teacher assigned to constantly update our school leaders on our progress by sending out an email to them on every Thursday of the week. And now Xingwei will share with us some examples on written correspondence.
Okay, now I will talk about two examples of written correspondence in our communication plans. First one is a letter to our famous athlete. It is written on behalf of the school to invite him as a guest of honor, and it is sent to him by email. Considering that he is a high-profile celebrity with a busy schedule, and he may want to know some basic information about the event just in order to make decisions. So in the letter, we state briefly the nature of our event, such as date, venue, activities, and what he is expected to do to present an award and give a speech. We also include some possible impact of his presence at the gala to make him feel that his presence is really important and highly valued, which will also help to convince him to come. And on the structure of the letter, we use direct approach. We state our purpose first. After that, we address audience concerns as we mentioned previously. After that, we provide him with a deadline to reply, which also gives school a window to find alternative solutions in case he cannot make it. Finally, we end the letter with an ending salutation. In the letter, we use language such as cordially invite and sincerely hope to make him feel that to make our letter sound more sincere and persuasive to increase our chance of successful invitation. And next is a letter to the parents of our swim team athletes. It is also written on behalf of the school to invite them to our gala and celebrate with all of us. So parents need to confirm their attendance after they receive the letter, so they may want to know some basic information on the event, such as date, venue, and dress code to make decisions whether to come or not. And they may also want to know if there's any channel for them to ask questions and clarify any doubts. The letter is constructed with indirect approach. We state the reasons first, then we tell them our purpose. The reasons at the beginning of the letter also serves as a salutation. It opens with something like, we are pleased to inform you that, so and so on, to build rapport with parents by telling them their children's achievements, to make parents feel that the school is genuinely happy and willing to share the joy with them. But considering that parents also have different schedules and school wants to reply as fast as possible, the reasons stated here are in a short and succinct way to give parents a quick idea of what will happen and help them make decisions quickly. After that, we will address the concerns we mentioned previously, and we end the letter with the salutation. Since it's a school issue letter, so the language used here, it will be formal.
Next is the oral presentation. In the context of oral presentation, we have two examples. So first, we will inform the teacher about the event flow, event details, and the duties to the teacher during the contact time on behalf of the planning team. So the details like date, time, venue, dress code will be shared, and also the teacher will be assigned duties such as usher team, security team, and etc. The duty list will be sent to the teacher after the meeting for their reference. So after briefing on the event details and the teacher's duty, we will thank the teacher for their help to build rapport. And also, we will have a short Q&A segment for teachers to clarify their doubts. During the meeting, we will have a very formal tone. At the same time, the language we choose should be simple, clear, and not to be too tough. For example, we should never say the thing like, you are required to do this, you have to do this, you must do this. So the second example is the is a small group meeting with the food caterer. So to discuss two objectives. First, the types of the dishes and the number of banquets for the dinner that can provide based on our budget. And the second, the arrangement of setup and logistics and on the actual day. For example, the time to set up and prepare for food, and the venue and facilitation such as power supply, water supply, so for the food preparation. And also the delivery path will be discussed during the meeting so that we can have a smooth serving on the actual day. During the meeting, we will have a quick view on the agreement which can be done before the meeting via email. Is about maybe the menu, the price. After that, we will start to address the concerns I had mentioned just now. We will let them to know our expectation first, followed by the explanation of dietary habits of our attendees. Then, we will conclude the meeting with a short summary of what have been discussed, what have been agreed upon, to ensure that they really understand about our expectations. During the discussion, the tone has to be firm and polite so that the food caterer can be very comfortable with our suggestions. At the same time, the language has to be simple and clear as well. To facilitate the meeting, the event flow and the flow map has to be prepared, and an actual visit to the site can be taken if there is a need.
Okay, so after the event, they normally have AAR, and for us, beside the AAR, we are actually very concerned if the communication plan is successful. So here we actually have 3 questions to evaluate whether it's successful or not. First, was my communication received? So we are actually very curious to know whether our audience received our communication information correctly or not. So in the case of briefing the teachers during contact time, there will normally be a Q&A session for the teachers to ask questions to clear their doubts. Secondly, did my target audience understand what I was conveying? So here refers to the 4 parties who actually who had actually communicated with us. So when we communicate with them, the main concern will be whether we are conveying our messages, information correctly and clearly to them, and if they understand what the team is actually trying to tell them. Last but not least, can I improve my communication? Here refers to the tone of speech, body language, mode and content of communication. Here, for example, if we use a very commanding tone when we brief the teachers, unhappiness might arise, and there might be colleagues who are actually very unhappy and not able to accept authoritarian ways of leadership. Then they will be very incooperative when they work with us. This will cause some hiccups during the event planning. So when we ask all these questions, we are actually looking for ways to improve our communication for future situations if we do come across more planning of events. Okay, so for our team, after we have finished all the event and reflection, so we actually feel that one of the main job scope for teacher is communication. Teacher must communicate well to effectively collaborate with others, in this case our colleagues, and in planning the event. Okay, and this means that communication is actually very important, as teacher must be able to express themselves both verbally and in writing so as to explain the pros and cons of their decision. In this way, the audience will not only be able to understand the message, but they will be more receptive rather than defensive. We also feel that effective communication is important, as it can give us several benefits such as stronger decision making, problem solving, upturn in productivity, clearer and more streamlined workflow. This will further allow the success of the event. Communication also builds rapport, and it also allows us to build rapport and create lasting relationship. So by understanding the needs of the planning committee or the colleagues, it actually allows us to be more responsive, and when things go haywire, and is able to put a stop to any potential hiccups before they happen. This will then create a sense of cohesion and reciprocal respect through continued interaction. Last but not least, effective communication skills have allowed us to complete this project with efficiency. So to ensure that we are all on the same page, the 5 of us have to meet face to face regularly to discuss critical ideas and details before splitting out the work and disseminating the information to the rest. And this concludes our presentation. Thank you.
Our good question is, do you think it's appropriate to send SMS to parents?
SMS to parents.
Can you go back to
Oh, is it the brainstorming part? The process of
the slide with
brainstorming?
all the communication channels?
Yeah, so the text, so okay, so this is the
No.
slide number 5, right?
Back to, yeah,
This is
this slide.
yeah, okay, so for this part is actually the brainstorming part. So we think about all the various modes of communication. Yeah, correct. Before we streamline, so the next slide is the one that we have selected. So eventually we decided on the letter. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, but because text, some parents, like based on experience, like some parents they may like it because you know it's like quick and they can like respond. But then usually if we do send a text, then maybe it can be via Snap, as in the
Snapchat.
yeah, the Snapchat. Yeah, so it's like an application. So that can be via text as well. Yeah, correct.
Okay, just a question on the large group meeting. So how will you ensure that the meeting will be on task and efficient? Because just now you mentioned that one of the things is during contact time you will share about this event and things like that. So how, what are the steps that you will take to ensure that the communication is effective, no time is wasted and things like that?
I think firstly setting an agenda is very important. Yeah, so like what we have previously discussed. Yeah, but it's not exactly like stated here. Like what we previously discussed was something like maybe we set up the agenda and then like 2 or 3 days before the actual meeting we have to send them out. So at least all of them they have a rough idea. And if they do have questions, they can just jot it down and bring the questions to the meeting. Yeah.
Maybe just one thing. Because this large group meeting is mainly for our announcement about the teacher's duties and all event details. So you can see the Q&A segment. Actually, we'll keep it short and sweet. Then if the things is really like everybody concerns, maybe we'll answer on the spot. But if not, maybe they, just let them to raise out their doubts. Then we will maybe send out an email after that, after we can answer the question. So not question will be answered on the spot.